Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Week 10 edition of the Commissioner's Corner, the MUSL podcast, whatever you want to call it. We got a lot to go over here today, so we're going to cut right to it. First of all, we're going to start with a little breaking news. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, it has finally happened. Only took 10 games. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. But Giggle Giggle has won, ladies and gentlemen. He has won. And let me tell you something, that is an incredible feat. I don't have an applause sound somehow, but we do have this one because right now he is feeling pretty, you know, what the hell, this thing's slow. There we go. There we go. He's bad to the bone. Giggle Giggle up from number 96 to still be number 96, but nevertheless, he is not going to be the first person in history to go 0-11 in Michigan Ultimate Survivor League history. So, that means we have a battle for the bottom with 2 games to go. We have several teams in the hunt here, but still, officially, Brady's Balls and Giggle Giggle are the odds-on favorites to win the coveted award that does not exist, which is the Shitbag Award, being last in the country at the end of the year. Brady's Balls, Giggle Giggle, both competing for that. We'll see who wins. Brady's Balls has lost 5 in a row, by the way. Giggle Giggle, congratulations, because we don't like to see anyone suffer, and going 0-11 would have been historically bad. We're going to cut to the top 20 right now. We're going to go as fast as we can because we have a lot to cover. DeWyans on a free fall from number 10 this week. They were number 3, I think, 2 weeks ago. Down to number 20. Sticks it into the top 20 for the first time in a minute. The Nuts fall from number 12 to number 18 with a loss. Granny's Baloney Curtains. A lot of people falling this week. Down from number 11 to number 17. Just here so I don't get fined. Another loss, not another loss for him, but another loss here in these top 20 ranks. Down from number 9, number 16. Get Golf My Lawn with a win is back in the top 20. FarmersOnly.com riding a 5-game win streak after crushing me thanks to... Who the hell starts CJ Stroud, by the way? Matt Farmer does, that's who. This guy started off horribly, and now he was 1-3, and now he's 6-3 and in the thick of everything, including winning his conference, which he currently is. We'll talk about that in a minute. The Bleeding Blue Bombers lose and they go from number 6 to number 13. DeCrush had a bad start to the year. It's kind of rebounded, and now he's up to number 12 out of after being not ranked last week. Tenacious D falls from number 5 to number 11. You Feelin' Lucky Punk with a critical win. Critical win, I believe. Although, wait, maybe that was not what that was. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Critical win, I mean, made things interesting, but unfortunately, we'll talk about that. You still can't win your division. Fly Eagles Fly from number 8, or number 18 up to number 9. Give Me 2 for the road. That's Parker Dalton, I believe. No, that's Dave Dalton, sorry. Dave Dalton, number 19, number 8. Death by 1,000 punts. Aaron Minturn loses. Maybe those texts were legit. From number 7 or number 4 to number 7. Whispering Eyes started off 0-2, and this man has won 2 in a row or 7 in a row to make him number 6 up from number 14. The Hitman falls for the second time all year to Lennon Seagraves' Clockwork Elves. Thankfully, he decided against starting. Who the hell is he going to start? Will Levitz decided to put in Josh Allen. I'm not sure if that's what made the difference. Probably not, but. The Apache Chiefs! The Apache Chiefs are up 5 games in a row. We don't have time to do this damn chomp right now, but we will in a minute. Up from number 8 to number 4. Gives It To Me, Baby. Tom Farmer. Not to be confused with Matt Farmer, although they are brothers. 3 in a row. 7-2. The number 2 team in the nation is Love Story, Jordan's version. This girl simply does not go away. And neither does she. We didn't even see her this week, but we're talking about Love Story. We got to throw her around there just for spite because the NFL didn't. And that means we have a new number 1 team in the nation with the Hitman Fallen. The new number 1 team in the nation is... It is... Who is it? 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 It is... Oh my god, this thing is... There it is. That's right! It's Puka Nakua Matata! It's in Espanol. Probably the only way we could secure the rights, but still. Hakuna Matata Matuka Mataka Mapuka Mapuka. Puka Nakua Matata. 7 in a row. Started off 1-1. Now he's 8-1. Louis Diana. That's why you're on the cover, friend. 7 in a row. Keep in mind, folks, This man, I think, was in the Final Four last year. He won the whole league back in the early days, 2017, 16, something like that. And then he took several years off, came back, didn't do very well, came back again, made it to the Final Four, I believe. And then this year, so far, is now the new number 1 team in the nation. Randomizers. Let's talk randomizers. Okay, we're done. For the first time all year, there was not... I think we just got hit by a terrorist attack. What the hell? I don't know what just happened to my computer. The whole thing went out. And now it's out again. I don't know. Oh, man. EMP just blew up somewhere. But nevertheless, there were no randomizers. So that's good. Congratulations to the league on actually submitting a lineup. It shouldn't be something we have to congratulate, but we do. And then we're going to go to fantasy recaps. The slowest 7 minutes in sports, with the slowest computer in the world, apparently, running it. Here we go. We're going to go through these recaps here, hopefully relatively quick. Here it is, right here. And here we go. Maybe. Just here so I don't get fined. What is going on with my computer? Everything's running slow. I don't know. Anyway, I think something happened to my house, and like all my internet got slow, and my computer basically just stopped functioning. That's cool. Here we go. It's the slowest 17 minutes in football. Game of the week. Brady's backup defeats Just Here So I Don't Get Fined by basically not even 1 point, thanks primarily to Tank Dell. Dude, you're getting a Tank Dell in your starting lineup, and he wins, knocking off Just Here So I Don't Get Fined by about 1 point, and knocking Just Here So I Don't Get Fined into big trouble coming into the last 2 weeks of the season. Then we have Your Mother Likes My Defense over Suck It. The Trudell family did not have a great week this week. Your Mother Likes My Defense riding a pretty good comeback here. Started off great, now he's 5-4. Freddie versus Jason still can't get a win. True Blue Wrecking Crew, Roger Brewer smokes Jeff Arbogast. You're in trouble. Double C's puts up 96 points. The second straight week he's put up over 90 or 100. You're in trouble. Might actually be in trouble. With that fall, he falls to 6-3. We'll talk about the conference look here in a minute. Gares Bears on a 2-game losing streak now. We had to change his name because he wouldn't. That's Gary Grant from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Number 12, DeCrush defeats Gares Bears 77-47. Then we have Now You See Me, Now You Don't, who texted me and asked if Do You Even Swift Bro is a new owner because he submitted everyone in this. He submitted everyone so far this year. He doesn't have the record to show for it, but he does. He's 6-3 and losing. Now we'll see if you have a collapse at the end of the year here. I'm not sure why my video is so choppy. I'm going to have to restart my computer someday, probably. Oh, we got I Don't Like Cocaine. I Just Like the Smell of It. John Zemer defeats Hurt So Good, 65-49. Brady O'Bush, 5-4 now over Chubberts. Dom Valenti having a bad year. Granny's Baloney Curtains falls to Whispering Eyes. What was a critical game there. Jason Taylor moves to 7-2 and in good shape for the conference finals here. Cloacal Kiss can't catch a break. She falls to 2-7 as Get Off My Lawn further cements himself ready for a playoff run. Hittin' Ruggs defeats Brady's Balls. We already talked about him. 94-62. Coming from behind beats off the nuts. Jamie Phelps' team loses and falls to number 18 now. Greg Munger, the mullet, not out of it yet. 4-5. He is out of the playoff, out of the regular running, but not out of it all. He is not getting Sewer Bombs. 72-66 over Conservatism, whose schedule continues to just be terrible. Derek Carr, first time he's been featured anywhere. The Notch above top notches puts up another huge score, 104 points, beating Young Garrity's Playas down 104-82. As we get ready for the next song to take 45 minutes to play, because something's wrong with my computer. Here we go. Let's see. Well, it'll just start playing at some point, we hope. FarmersOnly.com defeats me 108-74. Brutal. Yes, I know. Was not great. Now I put up 74 points. It's not terrible. The Donkey Punchers, after getting lambasted on the podcast, finally comes back and gets a win. First win in quite some time. He was, I think, 4-0. He is now 5-4. What did happen to the music? God, this computer is bad. I said it last week. I'm going to buy a new computer, I think, this week, so we don't have to do this shit next time. Oh, as if anything needed to make this slower. The Black Hole loses the Football is Life, which cements Tom Farmer in a much better spot to win. Oh, now we got some kind of critical error on music track 2. That's great. Just what we need right here. Let's see if this one works. All right. The Lakers finally getting a win again over Don Naps and my Balzac hurts. There we go. BVC over Chop It Off. It'll make you stunning and brave. Provost, historically great owner. I mean, he is a great owner still, just not having a great season. BVC moves to 4-5 on the year. Cheechki, $75 million man, can't buy a win. Loses. I mean, he's got all that money, but he can't buy a victory. Cheechki defeats him by a score of 81-74. Sticks it in ya over Joe Buck Yourself in a great game, 72-70. Concussion Protocol. OJ Eldorado moves to 4-5, knocking off the Wyans again, which is 2 games in a row he's lost. Cole Kmet looks like a school shooter. It's fine. Give Me 2 for the road, puts up 109 and beats Larry Weinberg's What's for Breakfast kneecap and grits. Vic in a box, 82.42 over Albany Empire. Austin Eckler had a big game last night against a non-NFL franchise. Garrity's Gigolo, 70.06 over Tallywhackers, 55.97. Joe Burrow is back, ladies and gentlemen. Giggle Giggle puts up 71.71 points and defeats 99% luck, 0.5% heart, and 0.5% skill as he cannot defeat Giggle Giggle, giving Giggle Giggle his first win of the year. Congratulations to Michael Myers. He had to wait till October was over, apparently, before he started stabbing people. And then we have Bleeding Blue Bombers losing to the Apache Chiefs, 79-58 in a big game there. Love Story continues to cruise, 87.5 over Steel City Sixers, 58.31. Who is this person? CJ Stroud. Oh, I know what he looks like. He's beat the shit out of me this week. Green 19 over Digger Phelps, 82.64 to 81.27. Why this is not the game of the week, I do not know. Andy Plum falls to 4-5. Green 19. Jim Mosier gets to 4-5. Patriots continue to fall. They started off great. They were #1 in the nation, I believe, at the start. I don't think they've had a win since. Hernandez Hitman, 119.05. The other Hitman coming back after I just jokingly made a threat. Nevertheless, I'm probably on his list. You Thielen Lucky Punk over Ladies and Edelman. Stephanie, what just happened? I think I just got rickrolled. You Thielen Lucky Punk 72, Ladies and Edelman 52. Congratulations. Malcolm Rodriguez in the middle fives cannot buy a victory. Taysom Hill. Pretty sure he is on square deals on wheels. Hanging with Mr. Hernandez puts up 49 points. Not a great game. Paul Brown, 84 over him. Pakua Nakua Matata barely defeats Dollar Bills, y'all. Joel Bills had a chance to save the conference and failed. Jake Ferguson, they call him Fergie, puts up 14.05 points for Dallas. Good job. And he had more points than that, I think, but I think he had a touchdown that was ruled down at the 1-inch line, I think, in that 4th quarter. Elevator Music puts up anything less than a boring performance. Anything else. I always screw that statement up over Muckers. Scott Muckovitz falls to 2-7, not a great year. Mama G out of retirement is potentially out of retirement for real. She finally gets a win again over a lot of Velada. 5-4 and 4-5 now. Password is Taco. Don Valenti. Don't look now. He's 3-6. Okay, you can look. You can look. It's fine. He won the league a few years ago. The Mad Scientist is concocted. There's another EMP strike. He won. Mad Scientist. I talk about him and everything gets screwed up. I'm running a T9 on this thing. I don't know. Tenacious D loses and Josh Crampton's bad luck begins. I think both of his teams lost this week. Rob Jazerski quietly 6-3. Look out. Gibbs It To Me Baby over Death by 1,000 Punts, 91-83. Josh Allen again. Great game. 17.36 points, even though they didn't win. And then we have Show Me Them TDs, putting up a measly 41.85 points over Kakambas, or under Kakambas, I guess you could say. Ketchup and Mostert, 65.4, getting crushed by Fly Eagles Fly. Chris Edwards. Gus Edwards had a huge game. So much they took Lamar Jackson out in like the second quarter. DeMar Hamlin's booster shot. 4-5. Austin Pollard over Nantab Knights. Michael Myers cannot do well in this league, but he won to the other team. Squadrels comes back after losing multiple games in a row, beating Stafford's Bastards 85-68. Bob Ames struggles this year. Golf and Balls over Mullen Incorporated 97-76. Thanks to Josh Jacobs, who finally did something. Low-hanging fruit continues to hang at the bottom of the tree. And there's that damn school shooter again, Cole Kmet. I'm pretty sure I went to school with a kid named Cole Kmet in college anyway. Maybe that's him, but no, I doubt it because I'm 41. He's not that old. Everybody loves Khalif Raymond finally back in the winning column. This is the defending champion who's not playing like one. Started laughing like the Joker during Euchre. Really creepy. And then, of course, there was the Hitman losing to the Clockwork Elves in sizable fashion. 93-63.99. Aiken for a Ship losing a very close one. This is critical, too. Aiken for a Ship had a chance to be number 2 in the conference, losing to 2 Girlies 1 Cup, 87-87. And that's the final. That's all there is to it. We actually went through that pretty quick this time. If the frickin' computer wouldn't have malfunctioned, we'd have been fine. I mean, I don't know. Computer's not that old. It sucks. When I look at this thing, I'm going to look like I've got some kind of stuttering problem. Conference look. Let's do it real quick, folks. We got to scroll. I found my scroll bar, so that makes life easier. Standings. Where are we at here? So, a couple things here. I'm not diving in too deep here because with 2 games to go, there's still a lot of scenarios here. But what I can tell you is if you're at the top of this list on your conference, you win out, you win your conference. That's what I can tell you easily, okay? So do you even Swift Bro, who according to Ryan Frazier has already used everybody and their brother, including the Kelseys, started Jason Kelsey at something. Not really. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Hurt so good. Your mother likes for defense, and True Blue Wrecking Crew still kind of alive, maybe. I don't have the energy to look into that, but try to win. That's what I got to say. Then, now you say now you don't suck at double C's. I don't do cocaine. Gares and Freddie versus Jason. You are just playing for a wild card at this point, or potentially points. I don't have the points look on there, but I think I will look at it here in a second. Whispering Eyes, they have a 1-game lead over several teams here. Granny's Bowling Curtains, the Nuts, and Get Golf My Lawn. Whispering Eyes wins out, and they're in. They could even potentially lose a game and get in. Too many scenarios to go over that. I can tell you that FarmersOnly.com and Football is Life is a huge, huge factor here. We do have 4, 5, and 4 teams that are kind of alive, I guess, including the Donkey Punchers who finally won again. FarmersOnly.com beat Football's Life, though, so that's huge. FarmersOnly.com, again, wins out, and he wins the conference. Then we got Just Here's one who get fined. DeWines, give me 2 for the run, and sticks it in a 4-way tie for the conference lead here. And then there are 2 teams, Vic in a Box and Joe Buck Yourself, who are hanging on. Probably not great because some of these teams got to play each other, I'm sure. And then there's this. Then there's this, which I've done the research. And if my math is correct, which, again, do not assume that my math is correct. But from what I can see, Love Story and the Apache Chiefs, okay, they're both 7-2. They play each other this week, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the winner of this game, the worst they can do is 8-3. And Bleeding Blue Bombers has lost to both of them. So I'm going to call it right now. The Apache Chiefs have a chance, if they win this game, to win this conference. I'm telling you. Oh, there it is, finally. God, this computer sucks. I just had to stop that because I don't have time for this. Nobody has time for this. Yeah, this is a game that they're playing. I'm going to talk about it here in a minute in the Week 10 preview. And then there's this. Puka Nakua Matata. He has beaten Uthiel and Lucky Punk, I believe, right? I think they played earlier in the year. I'll just double check that. I think I looked this up earlier today, if my computer can actually function. Let's see. Uthiel and Lucky Punk lost to Puka Nakua Matata in Week 4. Which means that with 2 games to go, Puka Nakua Matata, if my computer will ever function, has won the Brody Bruce Conference, and we can officially crown them Why do I not have audio?
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
We will crown them. Thank you very much.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Well, apparently someone did, because whoever lost it, it was Joel Bills. Joel Bills had a chance to save the conference to make it possible for someone else to win. But now, Puka Nacua Matata. Now, we had this discussion with Eric Minturn this weekend, saying, oh, well, you shouldn't worry about other teams. You should only worry about your own teams. Like, well, let me tell you why that is not a good idea. Because now, Puka Nacua Matata, as a grand oversight, can rest players. Now, do keep in mind, if you're watching this, and you get in this enviable position, Louis Diana especially, you need to listen to this, you do need to start a lineup. You can start backups, you can start bums, you can start players who would never have no chance of sniffing the football. But if you do not submit a lineup, one will be assigned for you, and it will be randomized, and you will lose usable players. So, Puku and Matata, they can lose both games, still be 8-3. The best Youthian Lucky can do is 8-3, and he has a tiebreaker. So that is it, folks. We have crowned them. We have crowned them as the champions for the Brody Bruce Conference. That's that. Then we go down here. We have Gibbs It To Me Baby, and then 4 teams, 6-3, all still alive mathematically. And then this one here, a little different. The Hitman and Clockwork Elves, 2 games to go. Probably one of those 2 teams is going to win it. Technically, these other teams might be alive, but I don't know. It seems like a stretch. So we're going to go to the Week 10 preview. Here we go. Going to highlight only the key games this time. That's what we do every time, actually. But let's see. Where are we at here? Week 10 matchups. Here we go. We got DeCrush taking on I Don't Do Cocaine Just Like to Smell It. Whispering Eyes taking on the Nuts. 6-3, 7-2. The Nuts season well, not the Nuts season, but the Nuts Conference crown hopes rest on this game, folks. Then we have Get Off My Lawn taking on Granny's Baloney Curtains, both 6-3. Huge game there. Because if you remember correctly, I believe they are both at the top of that conference. Where you at? Get Off My Lawn. Yeah. There's too many golf teams. Who is he playing? They're there. They're both 6-3. Whispering Eyes 7-2. So there's a lot going on in that conference right there. 2 ranked teams back to back too. And then we have let's see what else we got that's interesting here. Number 16 taking on number 20. Just here so don't get fined. Taking on DeWyans, which is another critical. Wait, do you even Swift Bros leading this conference and he's not even ranked? That's funny. Who's this? Vermeulen Bildew. Oh, okay. Well, I paid that like 2 years ago. Not sure why that still goes up. Give me 2 for the road, taking on $75 million man who cannot buy a victory. The Bleeding Blue Bombers, number 13, taking on 9% luck. And then we have the game of the season, folks. The game of the season. Here it is. That's the number 2 team in the nation. Love Story, Jordan's version, taking on the Apache Chiefs for all the marbles, folks. This is the game that will determine the conference winner. So that game is for everything. I believe that game will determine the conference winner because, like I said, they've both beaten Bleeding Blue Bombers. And, well, so one will be 7-3, one will be 8-2. Yes, and that they've tied. Yeah, so that is for the conference right there, folks. I believe that is the case because they'll have the tiebreaker. Even if one loses, one wins the next week, the tiebreaker will still be there. Puku Nacua Matata taking the Honolulu Blues. They're 5-4, which is somewhat significant because they'll probably get an automatic win, basically. Fly Eagles Fly taking on Password's Taco. Don Valenti not doing much. And then that's your Week 10 preview quickly. We're going to go to Super Squares. Category this week was quarterback with the most rushing yards. Congratulations to Chris Russell, who had the Bears and the Ravens, but the Bears without Justin Fields. The fact that this guy actually wins this square this week without Justin Fields in there is totally crazy. But there we go. We're at 24 minutes. Pretty good. Sorry for the choppiness. Hopefully we'll have a new computer by next week. I don't know. Or at least, I don't know, not have 4 billion tabs open maybe. But hey, we'll talk to you next week. Take it easy.